Okay, we are joined in the Corn Crush studio today by Serena Hill. Serena's our latest guest on Ready to Bust, a series that features newcomers, girls that have been in the industry for less than a year that we really think have a lot
hmm
of potential to do something really big. And Serena's already doing a lot of big stuff. And we just want to learn a little bit more about her. Serena, just to start off, tell us a little bit about your upbringing and kind of where you're from, what your youth, I guess, was like.
Yeah. I was we're not born in Texas, but raised in Texas.
Right.
And it was kind of a chaotic family. I have a lot of siblings, so just a big family life. And I grew up, acting and going to school.
Right. How many siblings? You said a big family. Kind
I
of
have
paint.
five siblings.
Wow. Where do you fit in that order?
I'm right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Okay. Okay. You said acting was a passion, and you shared with me offline that from a young age you were really kind of geared down that path. Tell me how that all started.
My mom just threw me in acting class when I was 5. I had
Right.
never even thought about it. She just thought that I would be good at it. So
Right.
she was like, "We'll try it."
Right.
And I ended up loving it.
How did you get the word out? Were you like were you with an agency? Were
Yeah,
people?
so we signed with an agency and I took classes at the agency. And then they also did competitions and things.
How does an acting competition work?
There's a lot of people usually, but it's the judges are usually other agents, maybe agents in LA or something that would want to work with you. So
Mhm.
they see you perform and they're just like, "Yeah, I would I would work with them."
Right. What kind of opportunities did you get, moving forward from like, I guess elementary school up into junior high and high school? Tell me about some of the stuff you were doing.
A lot of the opportunity I would say is whenever you're younger, definitely as a kid.
Hmm.
So I almost signed with some agent in LA and auditioned for a movie, but it didn't end up happening.
Right.
So I just, lived a normal life and did theater and community productions like growing up in middle school and high school.
Wow.
And always had a love for it though in the back of my mind for acting. So this has been fun to kind of get to like be on a set and have a script.
Right. Did you, when you were doing these productions at a young age, were you performing them in front of a pretty big audience?
Oh yeah, I've performed in front of thousands of people.
Wow. Tell me about a role or a part you had in a play or a musical or whatever that's kind of memorable to you.
Well, in my freshman year of high school, I had to get my throat slit by my mom. It was very dramatic, so that was fun to have to perform.
Wow.
Special effects, fake blood. Like
Yeah.
I like all the props and,
That's
crazy things that
intense.
go into a performance.
Right. Right. How has that? Well, one more question about that. You said you loved acting. What was it about it that you loved?
Yeah, I mean, I like to perform. I'm definitely an exhibitionist when it comes to like fucking.
Hmm. Yeah.
But I don't know. I like to pretend to be someone else. I think that's what I liked the most was really getting into a character.
Right. I got you. And how has that helped in the adult industry? I know there's a lot of heavy dialogue roles, and
Oh
also
yeah,
just
I mean, I memorize things pretty quickly, so that's helped. Just
right.
showing up to set and like learning all my lines right then. That's pretty easy for me. I don't know. I would say just like improv too. I've done a lot of improv in acting growing up, so that's a big part of porn sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got to think that makes you pretty valuable too. That you have that ease in front of the camera and you don't
Oh
panic
yeah,
when you
I
get a
think
big
so. I
script.
think people like to work with me because, I get it done.
Yeah. Were there signs in your teens or maybe early 20s that the adult industry or sex work, might be a career for you? Could you have predicted this a while ago?
No, I probably wouldn't have predicted it. This boy in high school said one time when I told him I wanted to be an actor, he was like, "Yeah, maybe a porn actor." So I don't know. I guess someone else predicted it.
Right. Well,
But I've definitely always been very sexual, so once I got older, I realized that that could be an option for me.
What happened, I guess, to your thought process and your way of thinking when it came to sex once you turned 18? How did your life kind of change in that regard?
Um, I mean, I definitely started hooking up a lot.
Hmm.
It was like I'm 18, I had sex already, and now it's time to just explore and figure out what I like.
And how did you go about that?
I mostly just slept with people I worked with.
Really?
And
Yeah.
also Tinder, I did Tinder when I was like 18, and I've
Mhm.
done dating apps, hookup apps, whatever, on and off over the years.
Right. So were you working like at a restaurant or somewhere? Like you said,
Yeah, I was in the service industry for like 7 years.
oh gosh.
So
Is there
from when I was 17 to just recently, like
right,
last year.
bars, restaurants? What kind of places?
Mm-hmm. Restaurants, and then I've bartended, but it was at a restaurant. So,
So did anything crazy happen with any of your coworkers? Any like backroom escapades during off
oh,
hours?
I mean, restaurant people are horny. So
Mm.
there would definitely be people that would hook up behind the ice machine or something.
Really? What would happen? Just to,
I mean, I never saw that, but people would tell stories. So I mostly would just hook up in the car in the parking lot outside my job.
hmm.
That was when I was pretty young.
Right. After your shift ended or whatever, just a little
Mm-hmm.
parking lot fun. Gotcha.
Definitely.
What about Tinder? What kind of success did you have there?
I mean, I would say Tinder, Bumble, all that, it's pretty easy for me. For most women, there's a lot of options. Basically, all the men. Just choose one. So,
Right, right.
kind
Um,
of just went for somebody. I don't know. I'm like, they're cute. Maybe we could have fun, have the same interests.
right. Any bad horror stories from Tinder? I know so many people talk about seeing pictures of someone and then they show up and they don't look a thing like it, or
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, not really any horror stories. I've never met somebody that was like, I don't know, a horrible person or they didn't look like their photo. There was one guy, but he looked like his photos. We just didn't hook up. He just came over randomly and talked to my roommate, and we all just like sat there.
yeah, a little awkward.
But other dates, I would say I definitely have hooked up with all of them.
Yeah, that was the one time.
I mean, it's kind of what you're doing it for, I mean, I wasn't looking for a boyfriend, so.
Yeah, I hear you. I know eventually you did decide to launch an OnlyFans account. What went in that decision, and what went into that decision, and how did it go once you got it up and running?
Well, when I was 19, I started like selling nudes and stuff on Twitter.
Hmm.
So once OnlyFans really started getting popular, I made one just to kind of like, I don't know, make some extra money every now and then.
Hmm.
And then I eventually decided I wanted to do sex work full time. I've done it on and off over the years and never really like fully committed to it
Hmm.
until now.
Sex work, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like before, what type of sex work were you engaging in before porn? You talk about just OnlyFans content, little amateurish type scenes, or
Yeah, selling nudes, sugar daddies, sending them nudes, they send me money and things like that, mostly all online and
hmm.
never really met up with anyone. There was I think one person I met up with in person. He paid me $100 to watch me suck my boyfriend's dick
Hmm.
in a bathroom.
You said that was in person.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was into the in person stuff, watching it.
yeah,
So
yeah. What were your nudes going for? Like, what do people sell nudes for on Twitter?
guess it depends. I mean, some people would do bundles, like 15 photos, $30, something like that.
Yeah, you
Maybe
should ask
more.
should ask for more than 30, Serena.
Oh, yeah. I charged a lot for, or I guess now I charge an okay amount for custom videos.
Right, right. We're
It
going to
was
get into
always
that.
fun.
Yeah, we'll get into that here shortly. But eventually, within the last year, I think you said in January, if I'm not mistaken, you decided to make the leap into studio porn. What
Yep.
all kind of happened that made you, take that step?
Well, I met a porn director,
Hmm.
someone who's been in the industry for like 13 years, and I was just looking for people to collab with, and we met up, and he just told me I should do porn. I'd be great, and he called my agent now and was like, "Hey, you want her?"
Yeah, he recommended you, and you were all
Yeah,
for it. Right,
yeah, and
right.
I was definitely interested.
Can you say who the agent was? Is it a secret, or not the agent, but the director?
Yeah, it was Ike Diesel.
Yeah, when you said
Worked
Austin,
with
when you
Team
said you were
Speed
living in,
for a
yeah,
while.
he's had a great career and does a good job. When you said Austin, I thought that might have been who you were talking
Hmm.
about, 'cause he either lives there or is down there a lot. So, um, everyone has a memory or a story about their first scene, their first time on set. Can you just kind of go through your first day with us? When you shot your first scene and what you remember.
Well, my first like full scene, I would say, because I had a casting couch scene, but that one's more, you just show up and you get fucked on a couch.
Hmm. Hmm.
So my second scene, that one was like a longer day for sure, and more cameras because it was a VR shoot too. So a lot goes into those. It was fun. I
Yeah,
did a cosplay, and I had to act for the first time in years. There was a script, and I was acting like that character. So it
right.
was very interesting, kind of a challenge for like what I consider to be like a first official full scene.
Yeah,
But it was
yeah.
very fun. I had to wear a wig. Oh my god. A wig, wardrobe. Got my makeup done for the first time. It was very cool.
You felt like a princess. I bet they were treating
Yeah.
you like a celebrity. Yeah, yeah. Was that
And I got some dick. It was a great day.
that's the cherry on top, I guess, right? What about just nerves and anxiety and things like that of having to, fuck in a room with tons of people standing around and, and being
I
on camera?
mean, I like fucking in front of people, so I don't really care too much about that. I guess I get a little nervous, just because you're worried about doing a good job. But other than that, I'm very comfortable.
Right, right. Did you go home and, well, it didn't come out for a while, I guess, but are you the type that watches your stuff and really kind of critiques your stuff once it's out?
Oh yeah, I watch all my stuff. I just sit on Twitter and look at photos, videos. My boyfriend makes fun of me. He's like, "Are you watching your porn again?" I'm like, "Yeah. I look good. It's hot."
I was going to ask, what are you watching for? Are you kind of critiquing yourself, or more, are you
I
watching it more
mean,
for
yeah,
the,
I guess so. Sometimes I watch and I'm like, maybe I'll make a different face next time. I don't know. But most of the time, I think I just look good.
right? You do. You know, you have such a beautiful natural like physique and body and all. Do you think
Oh,
that
thank you.
um, not being enhanced or tatted up is playing
Hmm.
well in your career? And that's certainly not to knock anyone that is, because
Right. Yeah.
I mean, those girls are beautiful too. But I know a lot of fans like that natural look. How have you sensed that that's been a benefit to you?
It definitely has been a benefit. I mean, everyone in porn really needs to take care of their body. Like, you have to, because you're around a lot of people.
Right.
But some people, I mean, they like natural. I think anyone they're going to accept if you've gotten something done, because it's just, everyone can do what they want.
Yeah.
But people, they appreciate a natural body too.
But
I just don't think I care too much about getting anything done.
yeah. Sure. Do you put a
I've
lot of
always just relied on genetics, I think.
do you put a lot of effort into maintaining like your frame and your look and all that kind of stuff? I mean,
I
there's a
try to
lot
eat
go into
healthy. I don't
looking
really
like that,
work
I
out. I
guess.
need to because you just feel tired, when you don't work out. So I need to start doing that. But I mostly eat healthy. I drink a shit ton of water.
Hmm.
That helps a lot, especially, with keeping things hydrated.
Yeah, absolutely. What kind of tell me a little bit about the work you've been getting and I mean, I think you said you shot nearly 30 scenes now since January.
Hmm.
Um, are you pleased with how things are going in that regard?
Yes, I have enjoyed all of my scenes. It's been great. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love what I do.
Yeah. What are some of the studios that you've worked for people that might
Team
be out?
Ski, a lot of Team Ski. I've done, Bang Bros, and then a lot of other just random companies in Miami. Now I'm here in LA. I
Right.
was gonna do Black tomorrow, but that got canceled. I got a bug bite, a spider
I
bite. I'm guessing because it got pretty bad.
on your butt too, right? I think I
Yep.
saw that on Twitter. How'd that happen?
Hmm. I don't know where I'm staying. Like, I've just been spending a lot of time in the backyard because it's so nice here. The weather is just like amazing compared to Florida right now. And I don't know, something got in my pants.
Right. So you've got a
So
big
I went
bug.
to the doctor and they're like, yeah, I mean, here's some antibiotics, but definitely looks like a spider bite.
You just got to wait it out, right? Wait for it to
Mm-hmm. Which I
heal
was
up.
so upset. I'm like, of course, my luck.
Well, I would think and hope that they would reschedule that for you
Mm-hmm.
soon. Have you grown close with anyone in the industry? People that may have become a mentor or maybe just a close friend. Who are your kind of uh, people that you're closest with right now?
Sorry, say that one more time.
Yeah. Have you grown close with anyone in the industry? People that you might lean on for advice, or just
Yeah.
girlfriends that you hang
I
out with a
think a
lot?
lot of the girls, yeah, I would say anytime I meet, a girl on set, we're always trading socials, getting each other's numbers. And it's nice when we travel too, because it's like, you have someone to see whenever you go to a different state. And a
Yeah.
lot of girls from other agencies too, which is nice to get to meet everyone.
Right. It seems like Hussey Models, which is such a great agency, and I feel like they have some of the top up and
There's a
comers.
lot of girls that like I'm a fan of.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm a
same
really
here.
big fan.
Yeah, and a lot of them are new and a little bit younger, and
Hmm.
it seems like y'all are all kind of in the same place in your career. I'm sure that y'all probably lean on each other a lot, so that's cool.
It is
Um,
nice,
do you,
definitely.
yeah, when you look ahead now, maybe for the rest of the year, for 2 or 3 years down the road, what are some goals that you kind of set for yourself and things that you'd like to accomplish?
I think I'd like to work in LA more for sure. I mean, everyone says there's a lot of shoots here, so I mean, I'm here right now, and hopefully my situation will clear up and I can shoot again.
Right, right.
I'd like to, yeah, work with the big companies in LA, maybe in the next year. Like, I mean, Brazzers. I don't know. I'm so new. I'm like, do I even have a Brazzers look? Is there a Brazzers look?
Some people might say so, but I think that
Because, like,
you could.
I look very young, so I'm stepdaughter, stepsister.
Are you okay with that? Is that for now? I guess is
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's fun, whatever. You're just
yeah.
having sex at the end of the day.
I envision you working for companies also like Adult Time and some of their brands like Pure Taboo and
I still
where
need to
there's
learn, like, a lot of companies because honestly, I never really watched a lot of porn before doing this. I've just been a sexual person and, like, I don't know,
right, right. I was going to ask you about that too.
masturbated to my imagination.
Yeah. What?
My
Okay. That's
sex stories, my real life sex stories, just masturbate to that. I have plenty of material.
You have plenty of material. Okay. Well, let's. And with that being said, let's get into this segment of Ready to Bust that we call Quick Pops, and I'm just going to ask you some kind of more specific questions about encounters and things like that. But
Hmm.
um, just to start off, and I know you said you had a boyfriend, but let's say you were single. What would be the key to landing a date with Serena?
Money.
Right.
Yeah, take me to dinner. I don't know. Be an interesting person. I'm not very picky. I'm very easy, actually. Maybe not for long-term relationship,
Hmm.
but for just going out with someone, I like to just, get to know people.
Right.
So,
Right.
take me out, treat me good.
And you're in, right?
I'm pretty easygoing.
What about turn-ons in a guy? And it can be physical or something else.
I mean, I like glasses a lot. I
Okay.
like a nerdy guy.
You do? Okay.
I'm not picky when it comes to like what people look like. Turn-ons, like personality wise, I definitely like humor. So if you're funny, I think any girl just immediately gets horny when a guy makes her laugh.
Yeah.
At least for
That's a
me. So
that's a good quote. That's a good quote. You're right about that. I've noticed that. What about turn offs? Things that guys that can do that where you're just going to be like, no thanks. I'm not into you
I
at
think
all.
everyone says hygiene, like just not taking care of yourself odor wise maybe, but other than that, turn-offs like again, personality wise, just people who are entitled or
Yeah.
I don't know,
Right.
just rude. I'm a really chill person. I don't get angry about a lot, so when people are very aggravated, I'm like it's just I'm not into it.
Yeah. Yeah. You said sometimes you masturbate to all the sex stories in your head. What's one that stands out that might be a go to for you on a long.
Usually it's, whatever is currently going on, whoever I'm fucking or my last time I had sex, but I'm trying to think of a really good one where it was like really hot. Maybe like the first time I ever squirted because it was really hot, but also I didn't know what happened.
Wow.
I
You
was
didn't know
like,
what happened.
sorry. I mean, we
Yeah.
were in the bathroom and he's like fucking me on the bathroom counter, so like that was like pretty hot. And then I just squirted everywhere and he was really into it, so I was
Wow.
really into it.
But you knew but you were just shocked. Did you even know you had the ability to do it? Right.
Yeah, no, I didn't even know that was a thing at that point. That was years ago.
Right. Right. Um, you told me earlier when we talked that you said when I turned 18, I turned into a whore.
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't know if there was like a hookup or like maybe a crazy encounter you had, um, in some risky place or um, as you're meeting random guys that stands out.
Well, I've had sex in a lot of hotel rooms. That's for
Mhm.
sure. But yeah, hooking up in the car before or after work, that's dumb. I almost had sex on a golf course. That was supposed to be my first time story, but it didn't end up happening.
Oh, what
All the
happened?
other times, I don't know. I feel like I've just fucked anywhere in the house, on the floor, the bed, the couch, the
Yeah,
shower.
right. What about threesomes? Did you ever have any of those before you got into the
No,
industry? I mean,
no, not really. Like, not a full threesome. I went skinny dipping with my boyfriend and our friend, and one thing led to another, and we kind of started making out with each other.
hmm
Got naked. I mean, we were already naked. We were skinny dipping, and then, he fucked me a little bit, and he didn't fuck her, and I like fingered her,
hmm
but that was pretty
hmm
much it. And then we went inside because someone was like watching.
right. So it almost got pretty crazy, but you had
Yeah.
to.
It was
Did
really
you
late. It was like 5 in the morning, so we were like, let's just go to bed. We're a little drunk.
did you have much experience with females before you got into porn, and what are your
No, I
thoughts
had
on?
never like fully, I guess, had sex with a girl until porn. I mean, I knew I wanted to. I just
Hmm.
never had the chance.
That surprises me. That surprises me. But now that you're having the opportunities to do it, do you like it? Are you into it?
Oh, of course. I love women. Love women. It's like one of my favorite things about like being in porn is just like being around a lot of hot women.
Mhm. What do you like about being physical and sexual with a girl? What's the best part of it?
I don't know. I feel like a lot of girls, like if they're really into women, they know how to eat pussy.
Hmm.
That's for sure. And I just love tits.
Yeah. I was going to ask if because some people say girls are better at oral than guys when it comes to like eating pussy, just because
I mean,
they know
I've
what.
had a lot of men be like good.
Yeah.
It's just like I can say now, like this girl that I filmed with last week, she definitely has eaten my pussy the best out of anyone in my life.
You got
So
to
I
throw
gotta
a
give
name
her
out
that.
at me. Yeah. Who was it?
Oh, God, I have the worst memory. Her name is, I want to say it starts with an A.
We're gonna have to look that one up.
Yeah. I'm
Wasn't
like
Anna Claire
wondering if,
Childhood?
can I exit out or is it gonna just like fuck up? Because I know that
Yeah,
it's,
don't exit. Don't
yeah.
exit out. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay.
She's really
There's a
good
lot of
though.
there's so
I'll
many.
have to send you
Yeah,
her name.
Anna Claire Clouds is a name that starts with A that
It's been
comes
a
to
long
mind.
week for me. I'm like,
Yeah, I gotcha. Um, when you do watch porn, like maybe to get off or whatever, or is there a certain genre or type of porn that you kind of go to?
yeah, I have my go-to too. Got I really like free use, so
Hmm.
it's a go-to category. And then I would just say cum sluts. You
Right.
know, just yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like
I know.
cum. I have a really big fetish for cum, so
Right.
I just like seeing people have cum on them or on me.
Yeah. You like that, huh? Like just
Oh yeah,
being sprayed all over. Yeah.
I like being a
Um,
cum slut. I mean, of course.
yeah. Um, are there certain things, or is there a certain thing that if you're getting close to orgasming, that'll kind of put you over the top? Something, a fetish, maybe, or
I mean, yeah, I would say cum. Thinking about cum's always gonna do it, but I can come on command. Like
oh,
I just do it, especially in scenes. Like I'll be getting fucked and rub my pussy, and I'm like, I'll come right then and there, just after 30 seconds, pretty quick.
oh, damn. So those orgasms we're seeing aren't fake, huh?
I don't
Those are
know.
the real.
And I love penetration too, so
Yeah,
can definitely come from that.
yeah. Um, you shared with me too, like in the past, you've had some sugar daddies, but never really have met many of them. How did that
No.
work?
I mean, obviously they all wanted to meet with me, but
Hmm.
I don't know, I never went through with it. I think
Right,
I didn't have any cute sugar daddies.
right,
Like I love older men, but like I have standards.
right, right. So they would, so that you'd kind of just befriend them and maybe have an online or a texting
Yeah,
relationship
I
with them.
text a
They have,
lot,
yeah,
but the one sugar daddy I had for the longest time, he was just always texting me like I love you, like I'm in love with you, and I was like,
yeah.
this is too much for me. You
Hmm.
really don't know me, and you're not in love with me, I promise.
Right, right. So you had to break it off.
Yeah. Too
Yeah,
intense.
yeah, I hear you. This site's called Porn Crush, and I'm sure that there's some people in the industry that you'd love to work with, maybe that you haven't yet. Is there anyone
Yeah.
that you've kind of got your eye on as a potential scene partner down the road, whether it's a girl
I
or a guy?
mean, a hussy girl, Kay Lovely, I'm obsessed with her.
Yep. Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah. She's
Um,
got great.
I don't know, Alex Jones for male talent, he's pretty attractive. There's a lot of people, honestly. I would just fuck everybody.
Right.
That's a goal of mine, maybe, to fuck everybody.
Do you have a celebrity crush? Someone outside the industry?
That one's might be hard. I feel like the older I get, the more I hate celebrities.
I'm with you. Yeah, they're annoying.
I like Lady Gaga a lot. She's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe the only celebrity I like.
Outside of porn, what's the oldest guy you've been with?
Before porn, not too old, like 30.
30 something. Okay.
Yeah.
Did having sex with guys in their 40s and 50s in the industry, has that been awkward for you? Do you mind it? Have you
No.
liked it?
40s is like my sweet spot.
Hmm.
I like the 40s. 50s, I think I've only been with someone who's in their 50s, one person maybe. But yeah,
Yeah,
40s,
perfect.
40s and
There's, I mean,
50s, like, but 40s, that's like, yeah.
well, there's guys in porn that are probably in their 50s. You don't even realize it because they look good and they take care of
Right, they look
themselves.
young, like,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
hear them say their birthday, and I'm like, oh wow, I never would have even guessed that you're 60.
right. Is there any shoot that you've had? Like if I asked you what was your most memorable day on set, or just a time when you did a shoot and you just walked away on cloud nine because things just went so well.
Hmm. Usually I'm walking away very hungry.
Well,
But yeah, I would say my shoot that I had actually, funny enough, this past Friday with Donnie.
Donnie Rock, huh?
Because it was a for use scene, and I personally like for use, and like, I feel like me and Donnie have good chemistry, so it was just fun, you know.
Yeah,
Walked away being very horny, feeling very horny.
right. Well, I'll tell Donnie you said that. I'm
Oh, he knows.
sure his massive ego will just. No, I'm just playing. Donnie's one of my best friends in the business, so I'm just fucking around. But yeah, no, he's told me great things about you, which is one of the reasons we're doing this
Aw.
interview right now. Um, any horror stories from set? Have you had any just terrible days?
Maybe just one, like there's one person who like crossed a boundary of mine. But it wasn't anything too dramatic. It was just like, you know,
Yeah,
that wasn't the best day.
yeah. Did
But
you
like the
call him out
scene
on it?
still went good, and like honestly, I didn't even think anything of it until like later on that day.
Right,
So,
right. So not too bad, but enough
oh
to
no,
irritate you a
nothing
little
too
bit.
bad.
Yeah,
Everyone's been really great, very respectful and like just nice
yeah,
and friendly.
yeah. Lots of good people in this industry, without question. Are you? Would you say that you're a size queen? Do you care? You one of those that likes all sizes, or
I mean, I'm not picky. Like I like dick and I will accept many sizes of dick. But I will say my pussy can handle a pretty big dick
really?
fairly well. So my pussy is a size queen, maybe.
But mentally, you don't care, but your pussy is a size queen. Okay.
Yeah.
I-
I mean, she stretches pretty nicely. I'm surprised like sometimes.
What you can take. Yeah. I mean, are we going to see you working with Dredd or someone like that coming up?
I mean,
Would you be up
honestly, I
for it?
would love to. Maybe I just need to make that happen.
Yeah. Well, if you keep going at this pace, I'm sure it will. Um, Last couple questions. What do you love the most about being a porn star? Is it is it
Having
more than
sex.
just yeah, I was gonna say, is there something more than that? I mean, clearly
I mean,
that's a
yeah, I can fuck really easily. I'm horny all the time, you know. But I like to act too. I'll always like to act. So even though it's porn acting and it's not like the most highbrow, it's
mhm.
still fun to, I don't know, dress up and
Yeah,
have to pretend to be doing something.
takes you back to your roots a little bit. Yeah.
Pretend to be doing laundry. I don't know.
Is
And
there anything that
stuff.
you would change? Is there anything that you would change or that you wish were different about the industry?
I wish there were more women in charge. I'll always say that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, even with things with, like, wardrobe, like, no offense to the men or anything, but what men do you know that are buying, like, clothes for people?
Hmm.
So when they
Right.
buy clothes in porn, it's like, it's not always horrible, but sometimes it's like, is this really accurate though?
Yeah. 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 You don't want men picking out your outfits. I can certainly understand that. Um,
My dad's tried to do that, to dress me, so I know.
really. Is your I mean, you mentioned your dad. Are you still? I mean, is this family still supportive of this career? Are you keeping it a secret? How does that go
Yeah,
over?
no one knows. I mean, it's not really something I'm trying to hide. My family and I, we don't really talk much anyway.
Hmm.
Just like not because we're not super close. I mean, it is because we're not close, but not because we really hate each other, just because no
Yeah.
one knows how to talk to each other.
Sure, sure.
So I'm surprised they haven't found out yet. I'm just
Right,
waiting for someone to tell them.
right. Well,
One
it'll
less thing I
happen.
have to worry about.
Yeah, it'll happen and life will go on. No
Oh,
big
yeah.
deal.
And I mean, I'm well into my adulthood, so there's not much my parents can say or do at this point.
Of course. Of course. Um, Last thing you said, usually when you leave set, you're really hungry. What's the Serena go-to meal
Oh
after a
God,
long day of
I'm
sex?
starving because I eat small before, but not really that much because you brush your teeth and then you're fucking, so you're not eating much.
Hmm.
I always want Mexican food after and a
Yeah,
margarita.
I bet that's the one time you miss living in Texas is you're not gonna
A
find.
lot of Mexican food, a lot of really good Mexican food.
Yeah,
Or, I mean, Asian food's good too.
sure, sure. Okay, well, Serena, I think that's all I needed. It was great getting to know you a little bit. I'm
Yeah,
excited for all that's ahead. You're making a great impression, and yeah, I'm sure fans are gonna check you out. So let's catch back up here again in a few months. All right.
of course. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you. We'll see you.